Welcome to today's Crosspoint Devotion. I hope you're having a good week. Today I want to dive into a really personal topic, and I know that sometimes when I bring up topics like this, people might be tempted to hit the button and stop this video and say, I'm not going to listen to anything else on this video. But I want to talk about your sin life. I have a feeling that anybody who watches this video might be struggling with some type of sin issue. The reason I would say that is all of us by nature are sinners. In fact, it says in Romans chapter 3, verse 23, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. So we know that because Adam and Eve sinned, we inherited a sin problem. And then in addition to inheriting a sin problem, we have also chosen on our own to choose sin. And so all of us are people who struggle with sin, you included and me included. And so before you hit pause or stop this video, just hang with me for just a minute. The thing that I want us to think about today is that sometimes we become guilty of thinking that our sin only affects us, like it's a personal problem. And as I've been doing my daily Bible readings over the last few weeks, I'm now in the book of Joshua. And I was reminded again this week as I was reading from a particular place in chapter 7, verse 1, that when we sin, it doesn't just impact us. Sometimes our sin actually impacts others. And as a result, we need to give really serious consideration to our sin issues and be willing to confess those to God and seek His forgiveness rather than let them remain alive and active in our hearts. Because even though we think it's only going to affect us, it actually affects a lot of people around us. And so let me show that to you. Again, I know you probably have heard this passage. Many people have talked about it in the past, but just as a reminder today, it says in Joshua chapter 7, verse 1, the Israelites, however, were unfaithful. That's a key word. Sin is always an unfaithfulness that is directed against God, who's always faithful to us. So in this case, God had told the people, when you destroy the city of Jericho, I want you to devote everything, the men, the women, the children, the animals, and any treasures that you find. They are to be devoted to me because why? God is the one who gave them the victory. God is the one who wanted to show them, I'm the captain of your army. Even though Joshua may be the military earthly leader, I'm the captain of the army and I'm the one that's going to provide victory. Therefore, to show your gratitude and to show your acknowledgement that I am the king over Israel, I want you to devote everything in Jericho that you find after defeating them. I want you to devote it to me. And yet we now find someone in this passage who says, I'm not going to give it to God. I'm going to keep it for myself. And he was unfaithful to God, which led him to sin. So here it is. The Israelites, however, were unfaithful regarding the things set apart for destruction. Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah of the tribe of Judah, took some of what was set apart, and the Lord's anger, catch this, burned against Israel. Now, who was the culprit in this case? It was Achan. Achan is the one who saw some nice pieces of clothing, if you keep reading in chapter 7. He found some silver, and he found a bar of gold that weighed just a little over 1 pound. And when he saw the gold, the silver, and the nice clothing from Babylon, he decided, I'm going to keep that for myself, and no one will ever know because look, this huge city of Jericho is fallen, and everybody else is donating their stuff to the Lord, and I'm going to donate some of my stuff to the Lord, but these three things, the Babylonian clothes, the nice silver, and the 1 pound bar of gold, I'm going to keep those for myself, and nobody will ever know. And yet the Lord knew, and because of Achan's sin, God's anger broke out against all of Israel. And this is the gentle reminder, or maybe the not so gentle reminder, that our sin doesn't just impact us, it impacts many other people. The best way for me to leave just a mental image for you to think about as it regards your sin is if you go down to a little pond or a lake and you take a large stone and you throw that into the water, that stone's going to go in at one entry point, but the ripple effect that's going to come off of that stone going into the lake or pond is going to expand and expand and keep rippling way out to the edges of that pond or lake. And that's the way it is with our sin. So today, if you've got a sin issue, it's not just your problem. It's a sin issue that's going to affect you. It's going to break your relationship with God. but it's going to affect others. So let me encourage you today. Confess your sin, repent, seek God's forgiveness so that you can live the life that He desires of faithfulness to Him, because He's always faithful to you. I hope that'll encourage you today, and we hope you'll come back for the next Crosspoint Devotion.